The other option is we just go full speed ahead and figure out after 30 days who you like, who you don't. Look at the money we have, and we can keep him and her, and we can't keep him and her.
I agree with that.
So like, okay, so why don't you just know that the next 30 days for both of you guys is like an evaluation process?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, so in that case, we're all candid here. We have now 4 people, or 3 people, right? Assuming Holly is not a part of Next Core Productions exactly. In my head, if Artez and Josh stick around, I would definitely love for them, to have efforts in Next Core Productions. Right. But it seems as if, from your perspective, Patrick would be the bigger hire to Next Core Productions.
Not necessarily, no.
I haven't hardly talked to him at all either. Like, he has an idea that's in line with what
we already did.
Right. Yeah, so I've spoken to him quite a bit. I've spoken to Josh and Artez too.
I mean, my favorite of all of them is Josh.
I agree.
Because he brings an element that I don't really think right. Also, everyone else brings like a level of duplicity with them.
Right.
But
I agree with that.
Like if I right now could pick one, he would be my
100%.
I've worked with a lot of content creators at Wash U. Right. This guy sticks out. This guy knows not only the engineering of the lighting and sound, but he also knows the cost and how to bring costs down, how to also talk. I was watching some of his short films, and he's got this really interesting black and white noir on YouTube, and I was like, okay, I think I kind of like that.
Right.
But the idea here is then looking back, Artez compared to Patrick, it seems like is there a situation between, is Patrick a 30-day free kind of Artez a 30-day free kind of guy, and Patrick would need to get paid starting right now?
Yes.
Okay. Where I see on that, Artez has had more influence in the 2 meetings that we've had as a collective for. I definitely, and Artez, like, he's just a really nice guy. Came right up to me, asked how I was doing. Like, just very personal. Patrick, what I was saying, and I've told Jim this recently, if you are in a case where you really want to double down, create this profit-type television show, where you need someone not participating in the meetings, the direct meetings, but someone just filming it, completely objective, I think that is where you would see value in having Patrick. In the consulting side, I don't think that he can bounce those numbers or think about it in the way, like the analytical way that Holly may be looking at content, that Artez may be looking at content. I'm sure Josh, no one's gonna be looking at content the way he's looking at it.
Like, I know if I'm a client and I'm in a meeting and Josh is in that meeting, like,
I feel
he's gonna sell me. Like,
I agree.
Right.
So can I share just a food for thought? One of the things that Patrick brought up, and I squashed it right away, he goes, well, one of the things I'm scared of is that you guys take my idea and run with it without me. And I said, well, let me be clear. You should go to our YouTube channel and look at Real Conversations, Small Business Spotlight. Yeah. Your idea is exactly the same as what we've already done.
I was going to say, we already...
So I just want to tell you, we are going to take it and run with it. I don't know when that will start.
Yeah. We don't have to call it small talk.
We're not calling it small talk.
It's terrible.
But I'm just saying, Jim and I have had that idea before.
And we've also done it. We got 30 episodes of it or more already out.
Right.
So I said, what I was hoping for in this interaction was that you would be interested in taking it, running with it, figuring out how to monetize it, handling it, and then we could use our channel and our platform and the other support system to get it out there with you and for you, but your money would come from the success of the program. And if that's not the case, I just need to warn you, you'll be re-offered that when we're ready to move forward with that, but I don't think the offer will change of what that is. And that Real Conversations or Small Business Spotlight or Small Talk or whatever variation of it, that's been part of our MO since 2017.
Right.
Yes.
And so, well, how did he respond to that?
He said, well, I would love to be offered the opportunity to come back at that time. I said, absolutely. But right now I can't see a way where we can fit you into our budget. If there was something that you could do or some other way that we could monetize you, like selling video packages that you could go film or something like that, then maybe. But let me get with Gabe on that and we'll figure it out.
I mean, honestly, I think best case scenario now in this position is that he is a freelance videographer for us. If there's a giant shoot or something, we now have a contact in St. Louis who we know is credible, who we know wants to work for us, but he still needs to prove himself in a way, creatively speaking.
Right.
Right. And I think we'd still say, hey, look, I think we give him a small little project. It's a paid project, $100 or whatever, something small, so we can put him on the website, and we can say he's part of the team and all of that stuff. Maybe he films one of our commercials, I don't know. But something where he's part of the team, and then we put the core team and then the extra team. And in that extra team is Melissa, and it's Anthony, and it's Tammy. And I've got one thing I got to share with you guys because it's a huge opportunity with this Answers for America.
That's what I was telling you about.
Yeah, I just don't know anything about them.
So long story short, they have a budget. They're putting together.
Are they
budget.
local people?
Yeah, it's the Republican Party.
Oh,
For the city of St. Louis, they're starting a nonpartisan company to replace their global hack, which is what they did. So the board will be made up of 4 Democrats, 4 Republicans, 1 Libertarian or Independent or something like that. They need a website. We can do their branding. Mike Parsons is going to be a part of the first one. Lyda Cruzen will be at one of them. It is a great opportunity for us to put something together and get our name out, and they can pay us something. I don't know what it is.
I came up with last night.
So but Answers for, so it's a Republican Party.
No, it's a 501c3 that's forming right now.
Okay.
The St. Louis.
But who's the executive director of it? And they must have a board if they're forming, because you can't apply without the board.
I don't think they're even there yet. They've
So they
selected.
haven't applied yet.
They haven't
No, they have not
applied
filled out the form yet. No.
Oh, okay, so they're just thinking about it.
They're going to do it, yeah.
Well, their first event is here. They need a business address here. They need a website. They need some other things to be credible in that, and they want their business to be here. So they're going to be here no matter what. They need virtual solutions no matter what.
But you mean Answers for America?
Yeah,
So, I
the
mean,
nonprofit will be here.
Right, but they don't have a nonprofit, so they don't have anything. They
Correct.
have an idea for a nonprofit, but they haven't applied so when they're here, when is that event?
The 8th.
Of August?
Uh-huh.
So when they're here, they're just here as,
Their application will have been submitted by then.
oh, it will, so we'll know who's on the board and we'll know who's the
All of that,
executive
for
director.
sure. Yeah.
That's good.
And so
So yeah, it sounds really interesting. I can't wait to meet with them.
Well, they will give, so part of it is, and that's why I wanted you to meet, it's Mark Comfort, who I've talked to you about several times. He's spearheading the project.
Right.
So he's a quirky dude, but he's got like 9 total teeth. It's weird. I don't know why he doesn't wear support for that.
And who's Mark, what
I'll
does
look
he
him up.
do?
He's a GOP rep. Yeah, you're gonna find the dead guy first. Type Mark Comfort, St. Louis.
Yep. Gotcha.
And he's out of the 20th ward. He's not the alderman, but that's him on the right.
Okay.
Well, he's not an alderman, I know that.
No, it's not the alderman. It's like the committeeman. That's what he is. He's the 20th ward committeeman. Whatever that means.
Yeah, I didn't know what that title was either.
So essentially, they need the whole package.
They need a whole package,
Yeah,
and they're willing to give us.
website, logo, identity.
Yeah, the events they've
all of
done.
the
They've done these
NASCAR,
hackathons all over, and they
phone
are
systems.
big. Like if you look up, what was
But
the-
Governor Parson isn't gonna be here.
He will be here in the building.
Oh, on August 8th?
Correct. Whatever that Saturday is.
That's great.
So what they do is they bring together coders
Right.
in something called a hackathon,
Oh, yeah,
and they
no,
have like a problem to
Yeah.
solve
Right.
with society
Yes.
or
I've done a handful.
neighborhoods,
They're
and they
great.
come up with a solution that normally involves some sort of technical
Right.
Yeah.
advanced
No,
aspect.
I've done a handful of hackathons at WashU, and it's a really interesting time. I mean, it's just a lot of sweaty people crammed in one room, but it's great for exposure. People don't know what else to do aside from stare at a computer screen and look around and interact with each other. So there's so many there's opportunities. You were talking about price that they were offering to pay for these services.
Well, they will have some money they're trying to figure out what that is right now, but they want to be a member here at least. So it was $219 to be a member.
Make a significant donation to them.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that.
So I talked about making a donation as NextCore of services.
Right.
In return for NextCore Productions being the head video content creator for this event and ongoing events. And he was all over it. He needs Tammy Holland. He needs PR to get a press release done. He needs someone that can write it and send it out. And he's willing to pay for it. But I thought this would be an opportunity to test the team and say, we have a test project. If you want to see what it's like, here's short deadlines, here's everything. Everybody involved gets X as a test. You know.
In terms of the PR side with Tammy, do you see Holly and Tammy interacting?
I don't know. I don't know Tammy all that well, and I'm just learning Holly. So I mean, I know Tammy a little well from when she was here, but it's Larry's connection. Larry has a good relationship with her.
That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, she's a clear Democrat, so I don't know. I don't know enough about Answers for America to know if that would be a fit for her, and I wouldn't want to throw it out there till I have more information.
Right. So we need to have that meeting like next week early.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then the underlying motivation of that email should have been clear to you.
It was.
Okay.
And I got it.
Okay. And your response was very diplomatic.
But it needs to be.
Why am I not live anymore?
It was bullshit. Coward.
So, in that case, I definitely think that could be a great way to kick off NextCore Productions. Whether it is NextCore Productions or something a little more general, that's also something we're considering.
So can I just give Jim
please.
Quickly what we thought, like the 3 or 4 main points is right now if anyone hired us and we want to charge certain prices, like what have we done? So we've done Streamathon, St. Louis Small Business Day, Twins, Mountain Man, Denali. Like you might think of more, like I wouldn't want to include Rossway on it.
What about your past experiences? What about your past experiences helping people or producing the movie? Is there any value in featuring those things as part of the portfolio of this project?
Well, it is as part of the consulting thing because I definitely invested and consulted with, a couple of well-known places that are still in business and still.
So I think those.
That's not NextCore Productions.
But that's
It's
not right.
but I mean, it's
exactly.
It could be a whole section that's like, well, Larry Cohn is this and that, and sort of say a little bit about what you have done in the past.
We do.
It is a new production. We're not going to have a portfolio of people that we've helped escalate in business.
Right, no. I was
But
just
if there
referring
are a
that to the
few-
type of price we can charge.
Sure.
Is what I'm saying. So, because I know if I was interested and I'm interviewing A, B, and C, I'd want to know, what you've done. Can you show me some samples? So there's that. One of the first things we need to do is we need to create a best of Streamathon page. That is like 5 or 6 videos. It's slickly produced. We have either like Anthony or Vic Perselli talking over, describing what happened, or we have a rolling description of what happened with the summary of it. Because when we say we did Streamathon, and say no one will know what that is, and
Yeah, so I just downloaded the entire Streamathon 1
From where?
from the original content folder that I found. So my plan,
What do you mean, downloaded it? It's like that much video content.
there's a ton. It took 2.5 hours to download.
Because most of it was live. So what was,
No, all the videos that were produced. So all the video interviews that we did, all of the segments that we collected that were pre-recorded, all of that. I don't have the live one.
Oh, you're like phone call Zoom interviews.
Yeah, but also there were some of those with talent, and there was pictures, like Julie Tristan sent some stuff, and there were some.
Well, yeah, I'm familiar with the folder.
Okay.
The only pre-recorded content we had that time was from you.
So can we not get the recording of that?
It's on the Facebook page that we streamed from, and that,
But Nick didn't give us a raw.
no.
Why?
And then if he had, it would probably be in the same condition that the other files were in, only times 32.
Well, the only reason why I bring that up is these photos that I've been uploading are moving very, very fast now. I uploaded 5 photos, and in under 10 minutes we were over 200 views between the 5 photos. That was just on one. So they're starting to crank because of the way we're putting them out. And I also decided that everything that I put out somewhere else, I'm also putting on the Next Core page as our content because we produced it. So
I feel like we should strategically do that, though, not just dump it all.
I'm talking about under a review of Next
he's
Core.
okay.
reviewing all of the things and
I thought you were
companies
talking about
that
putting it up
we
on you. Just like
No.
had in Streamathon too.
So I will tell you that we are.
Because they're also giant numbers, Larry, right? If you just said 200,000.
No,
views?
200 in like
Views.
in
200
five
views.
5 or 10 minutes.
Right.
It got
Yeah.
to that.
No, that's good.
But what I found is some of the things I couldn't find and then crossed over with them. Like, for example, the Martin Luther King statue would look really good under the Martin Luther King Museum. So boom, boom. Now it creates traction, and they're all tied and tagged to Next Core. So the cross impact of this is going to be huge. We are on pace for the 100,000 before the end of the day. Just in my reviews, I think we'll hit that.
Giant.
So, and then with additional traction, what I'm doing is I'm going and adding all of the photos, then I'm adding more photos each day, and then that resets every time there's a new photo. Everybody re-sees all of the other photos that has seen it recently. It puts it back in their cache, their view.
This is fantastic. Like, that's something we got to offer on the digital side. I need to do a lot of research.
That's hard to quantify though, because the reason why it's working for me is because I have 160 companies to.
Yeah, but
If there's
for
only one
each-
company.
Something we can offer is a Google review and a finite number of Google photos or videos posted to their Google page from an outside source, which makes it more credible in the whole
Right.
Google review thing. And that benefits us just as much as it benefits them because all those photos are tagged back to our page. But it is a
Exactly.
service that we can absolutely charge for.
Yes.
And you can have a 10
Yeah.
photo, 1 video pack, you can have
Mhm.
100 photo, you can have a bomb your page pack where you get 10 photos a day for 30 days or something like it.
Well,
There's
kind
a
of
lot
what
of
I
different-
thought we could do, and this would be fun, is we could offer a review package, right?
Yeah,
And with the review package, the goal of this would be to find
30 people to review it or something.
as many freelancers as we could get, and we create a project for them, and whenever a new review comes, they have to watch a video and give their review of the video. So we produce the video, that video results in
What's up? Hi. What's up? What did you say?
So you're saying we have a.
Is that twin?
We're not recording. Well, we actually are, but it's
No. How's it going, man?
Is my
But I
dog
mean,
still out
I'm
there?
gonna need my car in like 45 minutes, so. Good.
Okay, didn't you?
So to reiterate what you're saying, we have in our back pocket, we got 30 people ready to go. If we have a video, they're just
or
gonna,
a couple hundred.
couple hundred, but essentially we're paying them $2 per post or something like that, $1 per post.
Correct.
And
And
the
it's
idea
a
is
side of
that-
our income. And we charge a review pack that has guaranteed results.
Yeah.
Right.
So you will get
Yeah.
100 5-star reviews for $2,000. And our cost on it is $200.
Yeah. No,
So
that's
then the
exactly-
people we hire, we have to tell them you have to leave a 5-star review.
Well, no, that's
So
if
we
you
say
want
you
if you want
review
your
it?
dollar, it's an opt-in situation. You have to post it first. You submit your review to us. We then pay you. You
Right.
don't get paid before you do this, right? That's the idea.
So what we say, and the language is pretty simple. If you feel that this business is worthy of a 5-star review,
Right.
we'd like you to review it.
Right.
If you do a review and it's a 5-star review, then we'll,
Right.
like, there's ways around it that are,
But like, I don't know how they review it without trying the product.
they watch the video.
Yeah.
and their review is tied into what their feel of the video is. So I really want everything to be genuinely authentic.
Right.
Saw this video of the owners.
Right.
What a great story. Can't wait to try it.
Right.
Boom. We give like 10 sample.
I can also, I'm telling you, obviously I'm still around here. I
But
throw
do
a
you-
flyer like that on WashU's campus, you can easily find at least 100 people.
Right.
To submit a review.
But do you think if I'm looking to buy a product and I go to the review page and I read 20 reviews that say, oh, it's a great video, looks like a great product, the next review is, you know, love the concept behind it, look forward, like, I don't know if I would buy that, because I would be like, well, no one's ever tried the product.
What we then could do, and this is getting hyper detailed.
Not to mention, I would say that's really weird that like there's 20 reviews
Right, or-
about like it's a nice.
You would be
video.
the only one to go through and read all the reviews.
You
by the
wouldn't
way.
be-
Yeah, you're just looking at the side and thinking, is this a credible company?
Google sets it as most
If-
relevant,
Okay.
so it'll pull product
We
first.
could have test groups as well, like, for example, Mountain Man Scrub, we get 10 people here to actually try the product, then they could actually make a legitimate review.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, for some of the products like Mountain
For
Man
some of
Scrubs,
them,
it would
but-
work. I don't know if it would work for, you know, any other businesses.
Well, also what we would charge, see, this is the point of the consulting side, right? Now we could also charge
Yeah.
on top of that.
But we
You
don't
get
need to worry about
focus
advertisers,
group.
but then we
So-
charge
I
for
mean,
focus.
We're rabbit trailing.
Right.
We are.
Yes,
They
you're
give
right.
gift certificates
Yeah.
or percentages
So
off for
we-
people to try.
So, I mean, essentially,
With the
we
promise
thought
of a
that
review.
we need to lead with one thing because of time, manpower, and getting revenue in. And the thing that we should leave with is the creation of, the thing that we should like start with is the creation of a variety of bundle
Yes.
packages that include things like the test trials, the review pack, the all those
Yeah.
things.
So
And then
if you could make a list,
I got that.
one
yeah.
of the things that I've done a billion times in my life is made virtual packages look like a bunch of real stuff
yeah.
in a graphic. And so for each one of those packages, we can have this virtual gift basket looking graphic or what have you, box set, whatever it is, and then it just gives people like if they're going to click and pay, or if they're going to say, yeah, I want that bundle, it's like, oh, it's the one with the giraffe on the cover,
Right.
or whatever it is
Exactly.
that makes it a
Right.
product.
Yeah.
And the main thing then is like, how do we market it? How do we let some business in, Afton or wherever it is,
What we do is
know
we-
that we even exist? So,
We say based on you get the bundle from us, we require you, the only thing on your end you have to do is post that you help, that like we.
No, but I mean,
Or
how does someone-
those are great Facebook ad campaigns.
Yes.
okay, so
Because we can say, opt into this bundle now to receive 10% off, or we can
Oh,
say,
yeah, it's
we've
just
got,
discount based
get
on
the
that
top
plan.
10 best things to do for your business PDF if you buy this bundle back now, or sign up for further updates about this, or like that
right.
type of
So I'm just saying,
package.
how do we let businesses and sales know that we even exist?
That's what she
Facebook.
said.
Yeah,
I know, right,
paid
right.
advertising.
So, okay, so we do the paid advertising, and then the other thing that
And
we.
Google ads, honestly.
Paid
That's
advertising,
that
Google
way.
ads,
If
and
you
then
have
tell
a
the
real
businesses to promote
product,
us.
and you have something to offer,
Okay.
something they can click
Yeah.
to buy,
Right.
and then a giveaway is a great way to get people just to keep going through
Right.
there, and if they don't buy it,
And
it'll
again,
still
before
get you to
that-
give them
Yeah.
your email.
And if everybody agrees, like, probably first thing to do is to create to create a little synopsis of who we are, or the best of Streamathon page. I
Yeah.
don't know if that defines us too much,
Right.
but, all of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the
Total.
bundles.
And then,
But I think that this is a more confident perspective than trying to do a lot of
I
different
definitely agree.
individual things
Right.
and then try to make a move
Right.
and try to make a whole series out of that.
right,
We
but
can
we'll
still-
still do the podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the
that
podcast
just
has got to be in
needs
the
to start
bundle too.
happening.
You guys should be able. You guys should
Should just be
promoting-
doing that anyway,
Yeah,
Right.
but it's definitely a branch of this.
yeah.
Right,
Right.
And
So the
it's-
podcast is easy because we want to do it anyway.
right.
Right. So that's something we need for our branding. I still think we need another project that we're doing that is bearing fruit or
Right.
an example. So here's a thought. Good news is I already scheduled it. So August 4th, 5th, and 6th from 6 to 9 p.m.
That's, I'm in my Harley class, August 4th, 5th.
and so am I.
Oh, is that what you're?
This is in the evening from 6 to 9.
Our classes in the evening.
Well,
Fine.
just finish your sentence.
We don't need to be here.
All right.
But I'm setting 4 15-minute time slots per night. I'm sorry, 4 15-minute time slots per hour and a half, and 2 of those a night. So that'll give us 8 per day. It'll give us 24 over the course of 3 days. Those are businesses that want to come in and get a, for lack of a better term, free commercial, kind of like what you did for Studio Element. I'd like to start with businesses we've already done, and then if they want the rights to that commercial to use it, like we'll use it, but if they want to own it and they can embed it in their website and do whatever, then it's $150, $200, whatever it is. But that gives us several commercials that we've produced that we can share.
I like the cost-effective nature of that. 'Cause you already, all they're doing is just coming in, recording, and then they're
Coming in
leaving.
for it. How do we make a commercial with them if they just come in?
Well, no, but it's a commercial for the podcast itself. It's not like they're just coming.
No,
in
it's a
and
commercial for
recording.
their business. So they come in, and essentially what we did with Streamathon, or
Right. No,
So
but
it's
make,
independent.
right. But we want to also record their voices to go over the.
Like, what, I mean,
watch Larry's story video.
Yeah.
That's what I'm envisioning we make.
I did.
Yeah, so that style, where it's just interview style, we're talking to them, but it's very polished.
Do you think the podcast studio is the best place,
No.
aside from just getting audio, like to shoot that?
No, I think in the sunlight is the
Right.
best place to shoot that. And
well,
Okay.
it just like really depends on what their business is, what their product is.
Yeah.
right,
Like, if they're a massage therapist and they have a massage therapist studio,
then we should go there, and
then
that's where the
we
money
should go
comes in.
there. If they're an accountant, there's not much we can do.
So we're producing a video for them, but if they want us to come there and do B-roll,
But,
they
like,
want us to turn it into
So when
something
they
they
get
can use.
here, in 15 minutes, are we writing a script for them? And
No, I think it's
have-
almost interview style. Like, we can give them ahead of time. I mean, we don't have to do it, but like what I'm trying to do is
It
get
just doesn't
I think
several
we're, I
case
think we're
studies.
touching on this right
doesn't
here.
seem well
Yep.
planned out.
And so what
It
I'm
doesn't
thinking
seem well
though.
planned out.
What I'm thinking
There's a
though
lot of-
is this is a part of a bundle, okay? And if you're saying at the base price, excluding.
You guys cannot be out here. Be in the office.
There's kids everywhere.
There are people working.
There really aren't that many people
No, there's not.
left.
but
It's
even
just a
if
bunch
just
of
one.
children running around.
Right.
The war room is just lined with Happy Meals.
really cute.
It's like everyone in the building became a child.
And we just like got a taste testing.
I'm like, what happened to
But anyway, so
all these
right,
adults?
I think maybe going at this stuff a little early is shooting the gun. But I think that we can really build this out, leverage this, make it extremely efficient, have a point A, point B, point C. I definitely don't think someone coming in, us interviewing them, is going to make it turn into a commercial.
I don't either.
That makes no sense. We'd have to develop the script on our end.
Yeah,
Ideally,
which
we
takes time.
Yeah.
And then we need content gathering.
Yeah.
And
There's-
even
there's
if
a
it's
ton of
only
steps to it.
a 30-second commercial, the content's still.
Awesome. So what I was saying is that it's a fantastic idea. What we should do is give ourselves a little bit of time to really work out what the 45-second commercial is.
Sounds great.
Awesome.
I'm good.
And maybe we charge, because you already pitched them $150 on that.
I haven't
you know?
pitched anybody anything. I just put it on the schedule so the time is locked out.
Awesome.
Nobody's been contacted.
But
I
the
mean,
idea
I
is
could
that can-
see having rapid fire small interviews where we gather the information and give them a little bit of homework, and then then we can take what they gave us, wait for them to give us their logo and more content. We can
Oh,
write
yeah.
the script, and then
Yeah.
we might be able to produce a nice commercial in the next week or two.
Yeah, I mean,
But
any consulting project, you start with at least an hour-long phone call with the business owner, right? And that's what I envision the sit-down is, where we just answer we're asking these questions. We need to get to know not only what the product is, but why that business owner, how they're pitching it, right? What's their story? What's the ethos? What's the pathos that they're targeting here? And then what we do is after that
I
hour.
love when you say that no one's willing to ask what ethos and pathos are in this situation, including myself.
Pathos is the emotional value that a product gives, and then ethos is the meaning of that product. So
Okay, good. All right, keep going. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Jen.
I knew what he meant.
But anyway, the
find
idea here is, right, we could charge maybe $150 if we want as a base price to start off with new hires, right, build a portfolio, and that is just the one product, $150.
Was
You
that
have
how you
35
saw
seconds.
you would charge a price for these?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the idea is once we get credibility on each individual thing, then it even compounds the credibility of the whole package and the full 360 model. So the idea, though, is I definitely think it's shooting the gun a little early, going at the beginning right of August. But if we get a relationship with these people starting at the beginning of August, then maybe in the middle of August is when we can actually shoot the content. Josh and Artez, they can easily get that content for you. Josh can easily set up the audio for you.
Well, that's why I'm looking at that timetable to try and get done, because if we have until the 15th, that's short time.
What's on the 15th?
What's on the 15th?
We're approaching 30 days on all of them.
Oh, right.
It's when their unemployment runs out. So let me throw another thought at you, and this is I wanted to get through that and then come back to this.
Yeah.
So you're a character,
Surprise.
right? You're a character. We're all characters.
Yeah.
So what if we film the entire process and make it a 6-minute little clip behind the scenes at Next Core Productions? What really goes into a video, an inside look at Mr. B's candy or whatever. So then there's all right, today we have a meeting with Mr. B's, they're going to be here about 2 o'clock, we're going to sit down and talk with them. So that's a piece of it. Then they come in, we sit down and talk with him, and then while Larry and I are talking to them, you go, they're talking about stuff I don't even understand, but I like it. You know, something where it's behind the scenes as we're going. So we begin
those and take.
Exactly. So we add the emotion.
Breaking the third wall or the fourth wall
Yeah.
type situation. And also I think about like The Office and those reality TV shows where everybody has like the confession booth or something.
Yes.
Where they sit back
Well, it's
down.
like a Jersey Shore in a way, right? That's yeah.
That's
the
less
another,
Horish.
yeah.
We could make it a little Horish.
We should.
We need more-
Oh my
we'll
God.
have to
Can I
start
call you
doing
something from now on? I'm going to call you Gaby.
What?
It's like
Anyway,
scabies,
yeah,
but
I got
snooky
you.
mixed.
Alright, anyway.
Anyway, but the point is, then when we're done, on top of their little 45-second commercial, we record a segment that's a minute long about what it was like to spend a couple days with ABC Company and work with them. Here's what we learned about their business. And then it's really it's a plug for them, but it's really all about us.
So piggyback off of that, I think we can go even more of a credible aspect and less character-y in a way, and think we compound the NextCore consultant brand, and after almost every, or maybe not every, but what we do is, yes, we film it. We film the process. It's not necessarily breaking character and turning off to the screen, because if we're in the middle of a client thing and then the client needs to buy in on the show as well, which is a little trick.
No. Not actually, there's the video, right? And then there's a little head that pops up on the screen.
Yeah.
That could be you.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't in the room while it was happening. You, turned to the camera and you're,
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
transposed.
What I'm thinking here, and hear me out,
I'm done.
is we film all the content exactly the way you're thinking, but how we pitch it and how we produce it in the end is, hey, here's the behind the scenes, this is the personality of NextCore Productions. This is why you should choose us, because we care about you, we care about helping you. We show all that in the videos. These are kind of case studies. Right, maybe it's a Denali case study, right? And it's a 5 to 6 minute long video that we produce, and maybe in the end, we also then film Denali saying, hey, I really enjoy, we show some analytics maybe on our side, and Denali does a brief 30-second recap of why they like working with us. But the idea is to have a back-end library of different industries that say, hey, this is how NextCore Production helped me, and this is why I would go back to them.
Right. Exactly.
Instead of but you see why it's a little different, right? It's not like I'm saying this is strictly professional. I can find you videos that are these are.
She wants to be Zach Morris.
I know.
I don't know who that is.
I don't
Saved by
either,
the
but
Bell?
it sounds right.
You mean Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
But like that's, I think that there's ways to.
Oh my God, Screech!
Oh my god.
Anyway, but you see what I'm saying. There's
Yeah. No way
ways
you
to
would.
continue
Right.
producing content. There's ways to have it on our back end that reiterates
the
our
principle.
brand while also reaching out and
Mr.
then
Balding.
we also cross promote those videos.
Right.
Right.
Mr. Belding, I think.
Right.
Mr.
But
Balding,
also
yeah.
obviously that
Was
comes
the,
back
uh,
to the
different guy.
capital,
Right.
right? And make sure we can do all this.
Right.
I definitely think that.
Okay, so we need to take this and put it into steps.
I'm gonna make a slide deck.
So of everything that we talked about?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a slide of the bundle packaging
Okay.
of
So is Gabe kind of like our project
Yes.
director? I think
Yes.
that's perfect.
Yes.
production manager of a
Oh.
of a studio.
Oh yeah, that's fucking awesome. I don't know what it
So,
means, but it sounds
wait,
pretty
so,
good.
a
Did
couple
some
other
research.
things we talked about is Nextcore Productions the right name? Both Jen and Gabriel felt that, like,
It sounds too
It's-
much of an in-house studio
Yeah.
compared to
Oh.
a studio plus analytics team.
right?
No, I
What
to-
is Pixar?
What is Pixar?
Like, what do they say? Pixar
They're just Pixar.
Studios?
Yeah, I think they're just Pixar. I mean,
Productions? Like, what
But they make movies.
it's just
Well, I
Pixar
know,
Computer
but-
Animation Company.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Company. And like, what is Paramount?
I think that's Paramount.
Paramount Pictures.
Okay.
Studio.
And Disney.
Disney.
Walt,
Walt Disney Company.
But I mean, it's, well.
Yeah.
Disney Entertainment, I think it is.
Who is a production?
A production house could be.
Like, what's another company that's a production?
I mean, Lionsgate doubles as a studio. Right, so they produce their own content. I believe
Well, I
Warner
mean, if you
Brothers
Google
produce
video
their
production
content.
companies in San Luis, it'll
Well, yeah.
bring up
Yeah, just trying.
several. But we have to create,
We
but
can do
so,
Nextcore Media Group
We already have that, and it's already anchored out there.
in LA.
No, it's anchored here.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So then why are we creating completely separate? Like that's also Jen and I were
I
talking
know.
about. This kind of seems a little similar to Powered by Nextcore. We're kind of just offering another bundle for Powered by Nextcore.
Yeah, but I think Powered by Nextcore isn't a company name. Could be a division name, but Nextcore Media
Neither
Group, if you
is
Google
really
that, will-
Nextcore Productions. Like, it's all so tied to the
Yeah.
Nextcore that it's just another leg of the spider web.
I mean, maybe we change the name.
And then
Large Dong Films?
it's
LDF.
Right.
because we're not just
Yeah, right.
it's if the problem is Nextcore Productions tasks feed into Nextcore marketing tasks, and so at some point it's like, well, which side of which is what, and then what is even the difference? So
I agree.
Nextcore Studios is just making video and podcast content, but then Nextcore marketing is
maybe it just should all be Nextcore marketing.
right.
But then,
I don't know.
yeah, I guess honestly, it could just be Nextcore marketing.
Right.
Because that's what we're doing. We're
That's what
selling
we do.
exposure.
And
we're
then
selling
under that,
eyes.
it's all of the things.
I agree.
So anyways, what I'm saying is, before we do the Facebook ads, and before we do the Google ads, we have to have a clear thing of what we're selling, and we have to have a website, because the Google ad, I'm sure it's gonna say, click here for more information.
Don't we just want it to be on our website?
I mean, I started a page for Nextcore Productions, but like I said, I don't have much information. And
I think trying to drive analytics and exposure for multiple websites is a dangerous game right now.
yeah,
So I think having,
Mhm.
like, we could buy nextcoremarketinggroup.com and have it go to that, but when we're talking about clicks and exposure and what Google's going to do for us
Right.
organically,
Yeah.
having ultimately one,
yeah, you don't want
Place.
to start a whole new.
Okay, well,
domain,
I don't
or-
know
I
anything
mean,
about
maybe a
that. I just
domain,
know
but-
that, what I do know is if you're promoting yourself, there has to be something for someone to go to.
Yeah.
Right,
It's already-
So we have like all those pages that I sent you. Powered by Nextcore has a page. Productions has a page. The podcast has a page. Like, if we need to change.
I really think the first page of the website, like, co-working needs to go away as its own tab. Needs to go in there, and then we just need to have the Nextcore. Like, I always envisioned this business wheel with you in the center and all the spokes of the Nextcore businesses surrounding you.
Yeah.
And then I think it should be one page that says click to enter.
Right.
Click to begin the next core experience.
Right. So like if I clicked on the Next Core Productions page, I would be less than impressed because it just says Next Core Productions is the producer of Streamathon,
Right.
St. Louis Small.
Because I sent you guys this link and I said I don't have any information.
Right. So that's
So,
but that's my point. Is,
I mean,
so I think
so we
like,
need
so I think
content.
what I'm saying is we need to create the Best of Streamathon page.
Yep.
And we need to create the website page or whatever it is that you call this. Because we can't do the ads without having.
Well,
Sure, so this page would have the bundles, this page would have a link to the Best of Streamathon, this page would have more links to the podcast once we're developing.
Is that how you see it? Like that's what that page would have?
Yeah, but I really think, and I've said this from the very, very, very beginning, that the website should not be co-working focused. It should be exclusively the energy ball with the items around it,
Right.
and it should say click here to begin the next core experience.
Yeah.
And it goes right in, and then from there, there's the pages, the tabs, whatever.
So then now you're talking about redoing the whole Next Core website.
No. That's a simple addition.
It is?
It's putting a landing page on it.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
stacking one
All right.
layer.
So I'm trying to get my goal of this conversation is to get like what needs to happen first before the other thing. So like there has to be a new landing page.
Yeah, definitely think that the 5 videos of the Best of Streamathon, that needs to happen.
Right.
Right. That within that web page is going to be a link that says, "Want a video just like this? Click here." Right. That's going to shoot you to our bundles. That's going to shoot you to.
Okay, so we need a landing page.
yeah.
We need a Best of Streamathon video
Mhm.
with.
Well, yeah, maybe we have like 4. You know, it's like the cases
I've seen it as
essentially.
like
Right.
a slideshow.
Yeah, that-
where it's
exactly.
But I
like,
mean-
watch these 5 videos.
Right, but I thought you want to also put on it that we that included in all this we raised $40,000.
We need-
have over collectively like over 500,000 views or.
Mhm.
Yeah, all the statistics.
So
and
right,
stuff.
so the Best of Streamathon page, and then you need the Next Core Productions page updated, right?
Right,
Jenn?
and we need some kind of
Next Core.
content for that right now.
Yeah, that's what I will be developing on my end.
Yeah.
Is a slide deck trying to break down.
bundle,
Here's a bundle.
The
This is the amenities,
explanation,
and
who
then
we are,
Yep.
why we are, what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's a reasonable time to expect, like a rough draft on the landing page, the Best of Streamathon compilation?
Can I put a time
4
out for
days
just a
after
second?
I'm given the content.
Yeah, so I think what we're running the risk of is Gabe sits down and puts the stuff together, and then he sends it to us, and we review it, and we send it back to Gabe.
Yeah.
And then
Just kind of
Gabe
back.
redoes it,
Yeah.
and now we're creating a back and forth that maybe isn't necessary. So what if we had Gabe put together his best thoughts,
Okay.
and then we sat down and ironed it out together,
yeah.
like in an evening or on a day where we don't have anything else going, and we can set aside 2 or 3 hours to make sure it's right. And then from there, Jen has the rest of the afternoon, or maybe while we're doing it, I can do a little bit of editing on the site, but not much.
Right.
But
And it
I can
doesn't
also-
take long to make the page, but it takes a while to come up with the content that goes on the page.
Yeah.
Right, so we gotta write that content
Okay.
in that meeting, because no matter what Gabe writes, you're gonna change it.
Right.
Also, I'm not a good writer. But
Okay.
I like producing. I don't know.
Okay.
And
All right.
I can
So
always
then.
polish
Yeah.
up
So-
the final product, but I can't fabricate all those concepts out of nothing to make a web page.
Yeah. No.
Right, so why don't you put what you think needs to be included in the breakdown, and then let's get that scheduled, that follow-up meeting. Is like,
I think that's
people need a day off, so I was gonna say Saturday or Sunday, but I think we just need to take this weekend, and then Monday,
Yeah.
we should meet,
Okay.
because you and I still have the business plan and everything we have to do,
Okay.
so I think Sunday's gonna be crazy.
Are you guys planning on podcasting Monday?
Monday night.
Also,
So,
I already
you
mentioned
have-
this to Larry, but starting on Monday, I'm going to have to be working from home until the end of August. Well, what that means is that that's why I'm trying to double down on the strategy, execution,
Right.
planning everything along those lines, making sure, and then so that we can, when we regroup as a team, I take serious notes on that, and then I relay that information to Artez and Josh, so that they know exactly what's happening, and Holly as well. I'm essentially their point person and telling them this, these are the bundle packages. If a client does come in during that period that I'm not here, I definitely trust Josh to either develop that content and then send it to me to edit, or whatever that may be. But I am not worried if any content-oriented development thing comes in. I'm not worried about the execution of that.
Yeah.
But I also think that it's better to have. I mean, obviously, we are in a time crunch to get to know what the value is behind these people. The value behind Artez, behind Holly, behind Josh. I mean, I guess I can already see the value behind Josh. It's going to be on y'all to see the value behind Molly or Holly and her interaction with the PR group. As far as I know, Artez is a great person to work with as well. He even reached out to me yesterday and said, hey, can we hop on a call? I just want to continue talking, like brainstorming the live stream ideas.
That's great.
Yeah, so the idea is I think we got a really good group of really nice people who want to work and are motivated to work.
It does seem like a really great group.
I sent an invitation to beer at the next core, gin at the next core.
You got beer at the next core now?
Yeah, that's how you're set up. You should have gotten an email days ago.
I got nothing.
Larry at the next core, Jim at the next core, Taylor at the next core for 1:30 on Monday. If I need to change that, I can. But I got 1:30 to 5 set aside.
How do I